everyone, welcome back to my Life Cues week 20. I'm sorry this is going up. I think it's going to be a couple of days late, but I have had a week from hell, and then as I say that, I know that out there somebody's had even a worse week, so there's always somebody having a worse time than you, so you have to always consider that. But as somebody told me once, these are the shoes I'm wearing now. So it started off, I'm just going to, you can see applying text to my page, and I'll just talk while I apply, and pretty soon the theme will present itself. So it started off the beginning of the week, maybe Tuesday, after my stitch night that I always have. And my mom, if you don't know, she has dementia, and it's getting to be more in the severe, not severe, but moderate to severe stages. She's in the wandering stage. I think they call it during the sundown. Some dementia people start to wander, and that's exactly what she's doing. So on Tuesday night, to make a long story short, she went missing to the point that we had to put a missing persons out for her with the police, and we ended up finding her just after midnight at a service station. So yeah, so then we got her back to her place, or did I bring her here? You know, I can't even remember because so much has happened. But anyway, since that time, the family has stepped up, all of us, and she's been, when it comes to evening time, she's been sleeping at different people's houses because Richard and I again found her wandering on Friday. Now, during this time, our dog Percy had not been feeling well, and it came on very suddenly. So on Friday we finally decided we need to take him to the vet. Something's wrong, and we couldn't figure out what it was. As it turned out, he had this blood condition where he wasn't producing any platelets anymore, and so he was pretty much bleeding internally, bleeding out. And the sad thing is, there's absolutely nothing they could do. So our poor little Percy has passed on. That same night, my mother decided to go for another run. So Richard and I found her and took her back to her place, and then my sister took her on the weekend. Then I had her last night. And last night also the grandkids and I did create a little memorial garden for Percy, and it was a really good way for them to process that he's gone and process their feelings. It was really good. It was like, wasn't somber. It was really good. They painted slate rocks for garden stones, and then we put glow-in-the-dark pebbles, and we added garden gnomes, and we had butterflies that are on a solar operated thing, so they flutter during the day. And the best thing I found was an angel. I found her at the dollar store. I couldn't believe it, with a puppy, holding a puppy in her arms. It was beautiful. So we did all that, and then we had ice cream sandwiches. So it was kind of an emotional day. That was yesterday. So my brother had my mom, and my mom would not stay at his house. And so it was really, he's just not used to being with her as much. So he was finding it very, very frustrating, as was my mother. So they were kind of arguing back and forth. So I told him, just bring her here. So she was here. And then today we spoke to home care and just said, we can't do this anymore. We need her placed. So the first phone call, they called us and said that they were going to have 24-hour care for her until she was placed. And so we were quite appreciative of that. And then later on in the afternoon, we got a call that they said they found a place for her. So that's fantastic, relieving news, and the place looks really, really nice. My sister's going to go check it out with her husband tomorrow, but it looks lovely. And so we can relax finally knowing that she is in a safe environment. And then on top of all of that, of course it's been hot, and of course it's been very stressful week. So my lupus is off the charts. My skin, the rash, it's awful. So that's why the page is late. So today, as I was just lying down, I was trying to take a nap, but I really couldn't because my mind was all over the place. I thought to myself, you know what, Monica? Sometimes you have to let go and let God. So that's the prompt for this week. Let go and let God. So I'm going to let this dry and then I'll be back. So I've just penciled in here. You can probably hear my dog Fitz over there playing with a pillow. Let go, let God. He's really missing his buddy Percy, but you know, we all are, aren't we, Fitz? So I'm going to take some watercolor and I'll just put it on this text on the side. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think I said I was creating in a different room. I'm not sure if I said that, but I am. I'm just in my family room. I didn't feel like being in my art room today. I don't know why. So I'm just going to mix this up on here. Use this paper as my palette. And then I will just paint over where I've put my let go. Because really, at some point, that's what you have to do. Oh, while I was gluing this paper down, got a call from my mom's residence. And the lady that's doing the 24-hour care can't restrain my mother. And so they were just calling to let me know. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. She's there. And that's her job. Sometimes you got to let it go. It's not my... I can't do anything about it. I did talk to my mom. My mom seemed to listen to Richard. And he's calling the dog. My mom seemed to listen to Richard, and when he told her to go upstairs to her room and go lay down and get some sleep, and then the lady said she was heading up to her room. So I'll finish painting this and I'll be back. So I've got my painting. I'm going to let that dry, and while it's drying, I'm just going to glue some other elements on the page here. I've got this sort of, see this? I don't even know, it's actually, what do you call it? Cheesecloth. I'm just going to glue that down here first. Give it a little bit of a gel medium glue. And then I will maybe stain it a little greeny color and kind of make it like some grass, you know. It's funny when you, like, it's almost lazy, I guess, when you don't want to go back into your room and grab stuff. I did grab some stuff when I came out. This was one of the things. But I'm thinking, oh, I should go and get different kind of paint to paint this with. But you know what? The creativity comes in trying to use other elements to create with. Separate the cheesecloth. I love cheesecloth. Such a neat texture. So what I'm going to do with this is take a really, really pretty pale green and make that into just a little bit of a bed of grass. Like this color here. And I'll do the same thing. I'll just use a piece of text as a palette. Use what you got, you know. There. I want to water it down quite a bit. I don't want it too dark. And just paint over top of my cheesecloth. Kind of got a little bit of Kentucky bluegrass from my blue, but that's okay. So I'll just keep doing that. I'm going to add some yellow to this too, just to lighten up the grass a little bit. There. I'm just going to glue them down over here. I only have 3 that I want to use. 2 and 3. Just kind of, because I have these beautiful flowers that I want to intermingle in between. These are again those Tim Holtz flowers that come in the, it's kind of like the same as the paper doll set, but it's more ephemera and stuff. So I'm just going to place these leaves down first, and then I will play around with the flowers. So they can be really anywhere, kind of like that, I guess. So that's what I'm going to do with the gel medium. Trying to keep my manicure nice because I just did it last night. Every time I do my nails, then I'm doing an art journal page and then I wreck my nails. You know how that goes. So yeah. Especially when you got like white nail polish, Monica. Are you kidding me? This is even making me feel good. Even though I'm sitting here in the room, nobody here but me and you guys on the camera. But I feel like you're all here. Whoever is out there, I feel like you're here with me. So let's see, I want to put tall kind of like that. Put it on the backs of these. There. And then we'll take, here's another tall one. Maybe stick it in there. Really just apply a whole bunch of gel medium to the back of the page there. Yeah, when things happen that just are not that great, you just have to go on. You can't fall apart. There's no way. You can't fall apart. It's just, you can try to, but there's no point. Like my daughter was saying the night that we had to say goodbye to Percy, and we went over to her house after because she came with us to the vet, and I go, Deanne, I'm so tired and I'm so like broken in my body, you know, just everything. And she goes, but you know the funny thing, Mom, us women, we will just dig deep and just keep on trucking. I go, isn't that the truth? We certainly will. Women just dig deep. But there comes a point you're not God, and you gotta let go and let God. So that's what I'm doing. Even when that lady phoned tonight, I'm like, nope, I could run over there. Nope. They're fine. That's why she's there. She's hired. She's not gonna let my mom go running in the streets, and if my mother goes running in the streets, she's gonna just have to go with her, I guess. Go for a little strolly poo, because that's what she's there for. Oh, this is pretty. It's kind of like a little wreath. Where will we put that? We'll put that up there. It's very pretty. There we go. And where can we squeeze you in here under the grass? I should have moved you guys over more. So I'll get these all arranged. I'm just going to go over the lettering now with my brush, black pit pen here. just to have it stand out a little bit more than it is right now. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a gelato here and just a paint brush. I'm just going to kind of use it as paint, just to kind of paint a yellowy, sunnish kind of a feel over here, without mixing it in too much with our blue, because, you know, yellow and blue makes green. But it's just going to be kind of like the sun shining down. Oops. And just giving us that bright sunniness that we need to keep us happy. So I'll go up to there about. And I don't know why, but something is calling me to add a pink hue to this page. I do not know why, but I'm going to try and see what happens. Actually, before I do that, just in case it doesn't work, I'm going to take liquid gesso and go over the whole page. And then that way, if it doesn't work, I can always wipe it off. So I've got my liquid gesso here. And I will get the paint brush and I'll go over this with liquid gesso. Or clear gesso, sorry, not liquid gesso, it's all liquid, but this is clear gesso. Although it doesn't look clear coming out of the bottle, but it dries clear. Just putting a thin coat. Ooh, it has a strong smell though. Whew. I've never used this before. Holy man. This has a kick. Leave a window open if you're doing this, kids. Take some of that and put it over here. Oops. And it bleeds. Good to know. It's bleeding on my watercolor stuff. So I'll let that dry and then I will come back with my pinky hue that I want to use. I'm not sure why, but yeah, okay. So here's my finished page. The only thing I did different, I put my little pink rosy stuff. Can you see it? It's really pretty. And the green texture of the grass and the flowers and let go, let God. And yeah, I didn't really do that much to this page, but for me, it's more about the message. Let go, let God. So those little black things are bubble wrap that were pushed onto archival ink. And it's funny, they look like paw prints to me. So just reminded me of Percy a little bit. So all I have to do is put the date on here. So what is today's date? Let me see. I'm just looking on my phone. It's Monday. This should have been done on Sunday, but it's Monday, May 28th. So I'll just put it over here. May 28. Oh, this page is still kind of sticky. 18. There we go. So that's all I got this week for you guys. So I hope you guys aren't letting stress get you down. And if you are, let go and let God. So I put those two butterflies. There's one right there and right there. And that's it. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.